Nagas or hooded serpents play a key role in Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain mythologies, and perhaps represent an earlier layer of myths that was absorbed by later, more organized mythologies. Typically, the hooded serpent provides shelter to a hero or a sage and is thus seen as a parasol to Buddha as well as to Shiva and to the infant Krishna while he is being taken across the Yamuna. Furthermore, Lord Vishnu sleeps on the coils of a Nag. Krishna, the dancer atop Kaliya, is called Natwar, who entertains the gopis and the gopas with his expressive eyes, mesmerizing movements. A contrast to Shiva, who is Nataraj, whose eyes are shut when he dances, totally immersed like a sage, indifferent to spectators. The spectacle mark on the hood of the cobra is said to be the footprint of Krishna. In some stories, Kaliya's venom turns Krishna blue, giving Krishna the name Neel Madhav, just as the halahal venom churned from the ocean of milk turned Shiva's throat blue, giving Shiva the name Neelkant. The confusion between black and blue is widespread in Hindu communities, and with many people preferring a blue Krishna over the black.
Krishna on Kaliya. The story of Krishna and Kaliya is told in 16th chapter of the 10th canto of the Bhagavad Purana. The proper home of Kaliya was the island of Ramnagar. But he had been driven away from there in fear of Garud, the foe of all serpents. Garud had been cursed by the yogi Saubari dwelling at Vrindavan so that he could not come to Vrindavan without meeting his death. Therefore, Kaliya chose Vrindavan as his residence, knowing it was the only place where Garud could not come. Once, the sage Durvasa came as a guest and was served by Radha. After this episode, Radha took a walk across river Yamuna and became terrified upon seeing the giant serpent. She fled to Vrindavan, where she informed the people that she had seen a giant serpent in river. Lord Krishna was very angry upon hearing this and wanted to teach a lesson to Kaliya, as he had troubled his Radha. He went to the river Yamuna searching for Kaliya, who upon seeing Krishna coiled around Krishna's legs and constricted him. The Gokul people came to see that Krishna was in the river. Yashoda was afraid of the snake and ordered Krishna to return at once. Meanwhile, Kaliya attempted to escape. But Krishna stomped on his tail and warned him to not trouble anyone again before returning to the people. The next day, Krishna was playing a ball game across the Yamuna with Radha and friends. After the ball fell into the Yamuna, Radha tried to retrieve it. But Krishna stopped her and offered to do so. When he went into the Yamuna, Kaliya constricted him and pulled him into the Yamuna. The Gokul people heard the commotion, and all the people of Nanda Gokul were concerned and came running towards the bank of the Yamuna. They heard that Krishna had jumped into the river where the dangerous Kaliya was staying. At the bottom of the river, Kaliya had ensnared Krishna in his coil. Krishna expanded himself, forcing Kaliya to release him. Krishna immediately regained his original form and began to jump on all of Kaliya's heads so as to release the poison in the snake so that he could no longer pollute the Yamuna. Krishna suddenly sprang onto Kaliya's head and assumed the weight of the whole universe, beating him with his feet. Kaliya started vomiting blood and slowly began to die. But then Kaliya's wives came and prayed to Krishna with joint palms, worshipping him and praying for mercy for their husbands. Kaliya recognized the greatness of Krishna and surrendered, promising he would not harass anybody again. Krishna pardoned him after performing a final dance upon his heads. After the performance, Krishna asked Kaliya to leave the river and go to Ramnaka island, where he promised that Kaliya would not be troubled by Garu. The people who had gathered on the banks of Yamuna were terrified, beholding the water that had changed to a poison color. Krishna slowly rose up from the bottom of the river while dancing on Kaliya's head. When the people saw Krishna, everyone were happy and they danced ecstatically upon Kaliya. At last, Kaliya was pushed into Patal, where he is said to reside to this day. This event is often referred to as Kaliya Naga Murder.